kitchen door. When they open it, the generator is making noise. The gen. Check. I think that window is closed. Okay, it has reduced. Yes. Okay. No, I've not started. I'm just getting set. Some looks like the thing increased. Looks like the noise increased. Is that window closed? This one. Check if they brought the lights. Tell her to come and change it. She knows they don't waste time to bring lights.
Exactly what I wanted to ask coming outside. She's a bit of a Mary.
No, she don't sabi. Jimmy, go off. Tell Auntie if I don't want that noise. She won't make come, she go outside. Oh, 15 minutes more for me to go live. But I can see Solomon Chuku, my friend. Chief, how now? How you there? It's been a while. This Woba is a kid wall that keeps tormenting me with food. Ah, streaming poet is here. Oh. Ah, wow. My brother Chinyereleweke, how you doing? How you doing? Anderson Wobese, how are you? Ah, Steven, the king is here. He says, Her Majesty, Queen of the Virtual Space, I greet you deliberately and I greet you absolutely. Thank you for making our time to be here trying to discuss something that I think all of us need to contribute. It's not about me. Everybody just has to say something, because I think it's going to help to chart the political process 2023. Wow, Victor, Dagogo Jack, I know you'll be here. Even if I don't invite you, I know say you go watch. Wow, Chijoke, Emmanuel, how you dey? I dey see you. You always ready. Always ready. Yeah, we're just waiting for a few more people to come, and some have showed presence, some have also left. Well, maybe they'll come back. Oh, Kennedy, thank you. Absolutely gorgeous. It can only be God. Awasanya. Gona. Wow. You're welcome. Today's live broadcast. Yeah, sometimes no be to just dey write. Some things I won't write. Sometimes I define say some people know they like to read. So I said, okay, let me join those where they TV, they talk. Everybody don't become broadcaster. Thank you for social media, so at least you can speak your mind. As we're going to discuss something I think that is making some news here and there, in the political space. I expect that everyone will contribute and not just wait for me to talk. It's not just about me, it's about us. Oh, we have almost 10 minutes to go. Well, if you're too busy, you can go off and then join us by 12. But I just put this on so that people can, begin to come in, so we can get started. I won't take too much of your time. It's just for us to, discuss. Yeah, Victor, thank you. I can see your comments. Thank you. God bless you. Hey, the Queen of Love is here. The Queen of Love. The only Winnie Omubaba Morganson. The one in whom I am well pleased. Wow. My fashionista. The one that is teaching me fashion. I can see you. Welcome. Brainless with beauty. It can only be God. Whatever we are here, it was just God. He predestined us even before now. So we give him all the glory. We thank him. Kalada has the time to come here. This Kalada that is always on Facebook writing, looking for trouble. Kalada Ogolo, don't run, wait, because you get some information you may use to entertain your followers on Facebook. Winnie, I love you too. I love you right back. Good to have you. Hi, is the king and the boys. My regards to everyone. Okay, so we're pushing gradually. We'll get there. Just to let you know that very soon, the Citizens Quest TV will be on, and we'll have probably a broader network and platform, to discuss more about governance and the citizens. Yeah. Okay, still waiting for people. Still waiting for a few more persons to join us. Some persons may have to watch it later on because I'll definitely share the video, but I just need you to be here because I need you to make contributions. I need to read your comments. Let's just hold that conversation. Nobody knows it all. Nobody is has the monopoly of information or knowledge. Maybe something that you may also contribute will help, shape the narratives that we have out there. But I bet you it's going to be a fulfilling time. You won't waste your time at all. Okay, in the news, even before we get started, UAE has named some Nigerians among the world or the global terrorists, sponsors of terrorism. 6 Nigerians. But I think those names are the usual names. If it's not a Mohammed, it's an Abu Bakr. If it's not Abu Bakr, it's a Yakubu, one thing or the other. Sometimes those names might be vague until we know the identities of those people. And if they are people that people from their state can easily identify. Sometimes you have multiple persons answering the same name. So it might even be difficult. Oh, Uncle Sodi, my brother, my friend, the only financial advisor that came out from the bank untainted. Clean report. And they recommend you as the next Minister of Finance. No worry, we go get there now. Once we get the presidency, you go come show. I'll be make you even put you somewhere in EFCC self, you go fit help us recover a lot of money, especially the ones from the Niger Delta Development Commission. Don't go and look for trouble there. Oh, Kelvin, welcome. I can see you. Yeah, you're following. You're always following. I love you. I love you. I love you. Yeah, so like I was saying, the global sponsor of terrorism, 6 Nigerians on the list, on the watch list. That's from UAE. Well, of course, they will have their own report. We also should have ours, because I also believe that even the one that is happening in Nigeria, there could be some local sponsors. But whatever it is, let the pumping continue. I think the Nigerian military is doing a great job with the Tucano jets and all that just arrived. I think they're doing a great job with cleaning out the bandits, you know. So let's continue to believe and pray for them, you know, and their families. Is not really easy. You can see what happened in Imo State. A reverend Anglican priest was murdered. His car was set ablaze in Osu, around the village of, I think, the governor of Imo State, Opuzodima. Why? Simply because somebody alleged that he brought military men to secure the church and a school that I think he's also overseeing. And they just killed him, wasted him like that. And I can tell you, it's his own people too. They are his brothers. They're his brothers. They are not Hausa. They're not Hausa Fulani. They are not ISIS. They are not headsmen. It's his own brothers. Whether they are unknown gunmen or whatever the name they go by, it's very, very unfortunate, and it's a dangerous trend, you know. Well, Patrick, welcome. AK Trust, always on time. You are a trusted ally. Welcome. I see you. Yeah, I see you. We're going to be starting any moment from now. Let's just give them 4 more minutes. You can go and come back, but don't come back when it's too late, because you may miss the real meat in today's conversation. Okay, still in the news. The NDDC says fraudsters swindle many using NDDC. The NDDC MD rather says fraudsters use NDDC to swindle many. It has always been in the system. It has always been there. Yeah, it's always been there. You know, it's nothing new, just that everyone has to be careful. You know, and that's when a country, a system is not organized, people take advantage of that to do their thing. So that's what you get. Oh, okay. Oh, the Minister for State, Uchoga, that's my brother. He says private jets used for gold smuggling in Nigeria. Private jets. Everything at the end of the day in a business. Yet they call Yahoo people. Meanwhile, their own, when I own a Yahoo plus. You can imagine smuggling our gold. Just like those who still do the business of bunkering, you know, and all that illegal bunkering. It's the same thing. You know, resources that God placed here, you know, to help us develop ourselves and develop the nation is what people, some persons, privileged persons, are using for their own children and children's children. It is well. One day we shall rise against them. Yes, and people are talking about President Buhari's request to be permitted to borrow more money. Whoa, $4 billion. We are actually living on a deficit. We are actually living on a... Look, I even said to God this morning, my life today marks the end of borrowing. Can't borrow again. I can't, because it makes you a perpetual slave to whoever you're borrowing from. I can't. Yeah, I know that as a country, the economy, you can't finance it with only internally generated revenue. Sometimes you need to borrow, but our borrowing rate has increased. I understand that, of course, this government gave it to them, infrastructural development, they are doing well. But I don't know what's happening to other sectors, and I don't know if the fight against economic crime, the EFCC, they are actually recovering the monies they always tell us every day. Oh, we have recovered this, we have a court order to seize this amount. And sometimes people ask questions, why can't these monies be used, you know, to fund some of these infrastructures? rather than borrowing. But anyway, they know better. I think there are economists who are handling these things. Ubekanem, how are you? Welcome. I see you. Yeah, Bobby is here. Ebete, but where have you been? It's been a while. It's really been a while. Welcome to the show. So we have like 2 minutes, but I'm going to just introduce what we need to discuss today. Yes, oh well, let's say welcome. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate you. Yeah. Today we are going to look at something that has been trending, albeit slowly. It's not really in the mainstream media yet as such. Muri Danu, my friend, how are you doing? Long time. It's been a while. Good to see you here. Wow. Yeah, Auntie Kechi, I love you. I miss you. Welcome. So, yeah, let's go straight to the point. Today's business. 2023 is the next election year. People are not really even talking much about who wants to be governor of the 36 states. People are not really concerned about who wants to go to the Senate, the National Assembly, or the State Assembly. What many people are concerned about is who's going to take over from President Muhammadu Buhari, the next president, in fact, that's the most important office as far as Nigeria is concerned, the next occupant of Aso Rock. And that's what we're looking at now. Right now, I know that INEC has several political parties registered, but I think only 2 are actually functional. That's APC and PDP. APC happens to be the ruling party, while the PDP is the mainstream opposition party that held onto power for 16 years before what I consider a massive movement in 2015, and then they lost out of power. Now, countdown to 2023, a lot of permutations, a lot of tension in the PDP. You can see what's going on. The battle for the soul of PDP is intense, I can assure you. Even without many people knowing, there are other forces beyond Wike who are involved in that fight. Some are insisting that Secondus must have to give way because they think that Secondus is too close to Atiku and may want to favor Atiku at the party's convention, for the presidential election. So they are fighting. The fight is not over. David Mark's committee has not been able to make much impact because their visit to Rivers State, I think the governor of Rivers State, Wike, who is at the forefront of the fight, having been the one that actually installed Secondus as national chairman of PDP, said no, he's not going to withdraw the court orders. He's not going to withdraw the suits in court against Secondus. And if you remember, there was this controversial court order from Degema Court in Rivers State saying that Secondus ceases to be the chairman of PDP and probably pending the termination of the suit. It was actually an order that people considered as too done in a haste because it was an ex parte order, and then you just blank the man out without hearing from him. And Secondus, in his own wisdom, using his own surrogates, went to a KB High Court and also brought his own order reinstating himself. Then again, while that was still on, the Calabar Court came with their own order again, and they said, look, your tenure is over, we don't want you again, that's it. So that continued to boil until the party now decided, under the deputy chairman who acted as the chairman, they were able to convene the meeting, and then it was decided that a committee be set up to look into it and then see how to reconcile the warring factions. And while Secondus has gone ahead to withdraw his own suits from the KB High Court, and I also heard the KB Court even later on struck out that matter. The Rivers State Governor, Barrister Wike, my very good friend, has refused to withdraw his own suit, or ask his surrogate to withdraw the suit against Secondus, and so the matter is still on. So the fight is on. Forget whatever you see. It's all about 2023, and I can assure you, I can tell you for sure that these people are just there. They're just playing. It's their business. It's a business they know how best to do. They could reconcile tomorrow, as they say. No permanent enemies, no permanent friends, but permanent interest. So the interest for now is 2023, and for Wike and the other members of his group, Secondus, his interest is not their interest. So I think that very many of them prefer to have a Southerner as the presidential candidate, but it's not really going to be very easy, because the North, particularly the Atiku structure, is also strong and may want to retain power. Now, that is for the PDP. Somebody may say, why does Atiku want to run again? Or why does the North want to produce the presidential candidate for 2023 in PDP? But I can tell you that even the APC is not left out, in spite of the fact that Buhari is from the North and is going to be there for 8 years. By 2023, he would have been there for 8 years. It's just 6 years, and the whole political higi-haga is on. The congresses of the APC didn't go down very well with very many of them, particularly where those who have interest, who are running the affairs of the party at the national, who have interest, had to manipulate the process to favor themselves and not even to favor party members. In very many states, I can tell you. But I won't go into all that now, because I don't intend to take too much of your time. But whether you like it or not, there's a plan B in the APC, considering the fact that Buhari is not known to be the type that will want to endorse anybody. He would prefer the process, like he normally says, let there be a free and fair process. Now, so many of them know this and know that Buhari may not even budge to say, this is the person I want as my successor, because he believes that it is the Nigerian people, it is the party that will decide. Now, so there's a lot of scheming, a lot of horse trading, a lot of negotiations, to the point that APC has even gone ahead under the acting chairman, the caretaker chairman, Governor Maibuni of Yobe State, to go and fish out some governors from PDP and some other people, senators and their likes. So what are they doing? What's the idea? The idea is to build up, enough structure, enough base for whatever they intend to do. Now, let me go to the real business of today. President GOODLUCK Jonathan, who handed over power to Buhari, seems to be the beautiful bride now. And what is the reason? They want him to come back. Some say he didn't complete a second tenure. Some say it's to make sure that compensate him for not going to court against Buhari's election. That the moment he got the news that Buhari had won, he commended Buhari and he didn't allow Nigeria to boil. And so they now think that the only way to compensate him and say thank you is for him to come back to Aso Rock. And I can tell you the plan has been hatched a long time ago. What we are seeing now, people are now writing, oh, that he wants to defect, he's going to join the APC any moment from now. Of course, let me tell you, before that could happen, there could be some negotiations and then agreements and concessions made. He would have probably reminded that if I'm going to defect, then there won't be primaries. I need the tickets. And so those who are running the affairs of the party now, who probably think that they call the shots, may accept. Just like we saw what Oshimole was doing in his own time. He believed he was calling the shots. And there were a lot of issues in very many states. Contentions. People that joined the party within 2 weeks, they were handed over the governorship ticket of the APC. And they're leaving out the foundation members who also had their own interests, who are also popular. So, well, that's politics for you. There's no hardline approach to it. It's a flexible thing. You may be out today and tomorrow you suddenly come up, depending on who is calling the shots. So, like I said, Jonathan happens to be the beautiful bride now. Why? The North Make no mistakes about it. Wants to retain power again. You know, after Obasanjo's 8 years, it was Yaradua, Musa Yaradua, Umaru Yaradua, sorry, Musa Yaradua was the father. And then, unfortunately, it was short-lived, he died. And Jonathan took over, completed the remaining 2 years, ran election again for 4 years, and he was president for 6 years. Now, throughout this period of Obasanjo's 8 years, 6 years of Jonathan, that's 14 years. The North was almost like a political wilderness. I've been living in Abuja since 1997, so I can tell you a bit of how they operate when they are in power. They know how to use power. They know how to enjoy the paraphernalias of power. They know how to walk into any office and get what they want, and they will just get it simple. There's no long talk, no dogo to renchi. They can walk into the minister's house, sit on the mat with him, eat, and the deal is done. They move, sell off the job, make their percentage, and move on. They don't have any business executing the jobs. That's the way it functions, and they live large and they are in charge. Unfortunately, that is not the case when the Southerners are in power. I'm telling you the truth. They hardly empower their people. That's the most difficult time for you to have access to whatever. I can tell you. Let me not also go there. Now, the North, a section of the North in APC have sold this dummy now. Yeah, Ignatius, welcome, sir. I see you. Aniekan, welcome. They've sold this dummy now that Jonathan can be brought back. He will run under APC. Constitutionally, he can only run for another 4 years only. You know what that means? So if Jonathan comes, his deputy will be from the North. And maybe when he's done, that deputy, or naturally the rotation of the zoning thing, the power will go back to the North. And then somebody from the North will come to power again just after 4 years. Buhari 8 years, then you have 4 years, and the power goes back to North. Because if they take anybody from the South, what it means is that the South will be there for another 8 years, thereby sending them back to political wilderness for 8 years. All those choppings, all those benefits, all those accessibility they get will be stalled. So the idea is, bring Jonathan. It's a selfish agenda, I can tell you. It's a selfish agenda. It's not because they love Jonathan. It's not because they want to compensate him. It's not because they want to appreciate him. Rather, it is because they want it for their own selfish ambition. I'm on a live video, Kelly. I can't answer you now, please. I'm on a live video and on that call. So, like I was saying, sorry, I had a call. It's a selfish agenda. Now, the idea is deny the South the opportunity to have an 8-year reign. The South, 8 years. Even those, the clamor for Igbo presidency, they are now shifting it to Jonathan because the Igbos, when Jonathan is our brother, the Igbos own Jonathan. And even my former neighbor in Enugu, Professor Dora Kunili, now baptized him. Whether it's Azikiwe, some call him Ebele, but I'm aware that the Ebele is not the Ebele in Igbo. It's just the same spelling. I think that has to do with Ebele is an Ijaw name. And they now owned Jonathan as their own. What happened? So now that the Igbos are now saying it's our turn to produce the next president, the same Jonathan now wants to stand in. Of course, they thought it's wise. All they need to do is, since you people want Igbo president and Jonathan is your brother, you owned him all these years. You refuse to support Buhari. You refuse to move the southeastern states, mostly PDP, because of Jonathan, your brother. So let that your brother now come and be president. Is there anything wrong with Jonathan aspiring? No. Is there anything with Igbo supporting him? No. But there's everything wrong with the agenda. Because it's aimed at denying us a second 4-year term. Because Jonathan will only be limited to 4 years. It's everything wrong. So I like Wike's boldness. He said in an interview, if Jonathan chooses to join the APC to run, that he would support it. That's in spite of the fact that they were very close. Even though politicians can change at any time. If the crisis in PDP continues to an irredeemable level, nobody is sure. If Jonathan gets the ticket in APC, the same people who worked with him in PDP then while he was in power may also move into the APC. We're already seeing a lot of that going on. But I don't have a problem with Jonathan coming. I don't have a problem with him running. It's his constitutional right. But I have a problem with the agenda of bringing somebody to run for only 4 years, thereby denying the entire South the opportunity of running for 8 years. That is the truth of the matter. And so, if in the next couple of days and weeks, you see me do articles against Jonathan, don't think I'm doing it because somebody is sponsoring me or because I have a particular candidate I prefer. No, for me, let it be an Igbo, president of Igbo extraction. When we say Igbo extraction, Ohaneze is the umbrella body of the Igbos and has said, who is this? Stella Odua is around? Okay, and has said that the Igbos, both the hinterland, the coastland, are all qualified, which means whether it's Igbo of Delta, Igbo of Akwa Ibom, Igbo of Cross River, Igbo of Kogi, Igbo of Benue, Igbo of Anambra, Imo, Abia, Ebonyi, they are all qualified. And if, of course, Igbo of Rivers. That's what Ohanese said. But that's not even what I want to deal with now. So the question is, why do we have to support a selfish agenda by our northern brothers? Not all, some. And it's thickening by the day. And I also understand, I'm not saying it's alleged anyway, that the governor of Yobe, who is the caretaker chairman of APC, national caretaker chairman of APC for now, and he's going to supervise the convention that will produce those who will run the primaries of the party for the 2023 election. He's also very much interested. Of course, who wouldn't be? You use the opportunity you have to elevate yourself. So if it becomes Jonathan's running mate in 2023, after 4 years, if they win, after 4 years, automatically, he will push him to become. And of course, like I said, before these things, decisions are taken, most times there are negotiations, there are concessions. So on the part of Jonathan, he may have also made his demands. And then also on the part of those who are bringing him in, they may have also made their demands. Let's not be deceived. No politician will come out and tell you that, oh, someone will say, I don't want to run. I'm not interested in running. They are all interested. They are all holding nocturnal meetings everywhere. If you're not interested, why don't you call some of us to just come and run? Make it clear. I'm not interested. I don't want to run. Or you say it. I don't want to run, but Sodi Peter side can run. Sam Oge can run. Even Ignatius Chukwu can run. Constance Ochia can run. Even Skinny Pat can run. Yeah, anybody can run. If you say you're not interested. But that's one lie they will always tell you. I don't even know if these politicians will make heaven. I don't know, but that's it. So, the truth of the matter is that Jonathan is coming. Even if he says, I'm not interested, it's not true. We won't believe it. We will not. Because those who want him to come have their own agenda. Jonathan may not want to go through the process of all this whole thing, this madness, considering what he passed through. But again, the question is, I'm asking, is it about bringing somebody to run for you to just take over power? The state of things in Nigeria, the state of the nation now, demands that we look out for somebody who will go on a rescue mission. Serious rescue mission. The poverty level is on a crescendo. People cannot even feed their families once a day. So is it about who is coming so that whatever benefits, or is it about the country? We should pass that stage. If we make that mistake, because things were actually bad, things were drifting in 2015, before 2015. And then the masses said we needed that change. The change came in structure, but it may not really have come in our mindset, in our thought pattern. Things are still being done the way they used to, even maybe worse. Things we never had before are happening. They call it democracy. And under the umbrella of democracy, free speech, the whole country is on fire. We saw the NSAS, something that was supposed to be a protest against SARS. It was hijacked. A particular politician from the north gave out 2 billion naira, or was alleged, let me put it like that, 2 billion naira for the NSAS protests. And guess what happened? When the panels were set up, a judge now leaked the information to him that they were coming for his arrest the next morning. That the information had leaked from the organizers that he received 2 billion. They received 2 billion from him. Guess what? Guess what? He took his private jet and took off that same night. He was at the airport here in Abuja till all the documentation and everything, the process finished. And I think they left about 1 a.m. to Dubai. The next thing, he went to school just to run away. That's it. And you call it democracy. People burning their country. Look at what's happening. ESN, IPOB. A genuine agitation has been hijacked by criminals, by people who have left the country for several years. All they do is to incite and instigate people, jobless youths, indoctrinate them, and they take up arms against the country. Look at the killings in the southeast. Thank God there's calm in the south. If maybe Akpabio hadn't made that visit to Tompolo and the rest, who knows what would have happened by now. And we pray that that spirit that is on them, keep calming them down. Let it continue to calm them down. Otherwise, there's no place to hide. That's it. And then we are now talking about 2023. We have all forgotten where we are coming from. What even led to the masses movement in 2015? What even led for the change, the clamor for change in 2015? People have forgotten how the economy was bastardized. People have forgotten how people who were appointed ministers became lords. They did all manner of things. Bought properties everywhere. Properties that if you die, it will never, in fact, it will amount to some of them. Their children may not even be interested in those properties. They just sell them off, take the money and flex. They bought properties everywhere. Kept Nigerians in chains. Insecurity was at the peak. Abuja was being overrun. Nyanya. Even inside Wuse too. Bombings. You can't go to church. You can't go to the mosque. Fear. Everybody was. When they entered Abuja in Wuse too, that was when Nigerians knew that there was trouble. Where it can be born, you know. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. But the moment it affects Abuja or Lagos, wahala dey, oti poju. Everybody has forgotten. Now we are now going back. We brought Buhari because according to Tinubu, we needed our own general to help rescue us. Well, unfortunately, there are certain gifts, there are certain positions that shouldn't come to us late in life. As I did now at 51, I want to be able to still drive Jeep. May God not give me money when I don't reach 75, when I no go fit climb to enter my Jeep and drive it. You understand what I mean? There are certain things you may be deserving of. Unfortunately, the timing, your physical structure, your health may not permit you. Even the fact that you want to be seen no longer as a military man to be seen as a civilian, that period of change is enough to even weaken you. I give it to them. Infrastructure, they are doing well. But security, a lot. But thank God for what we are seeing lately, the bombardment. And we pray that these things have not spread even to other states, before now. Because already, look at Jos, look at Borno, look at Kaduna, look at Zamfara. And I heard they also wrote some letters threatening the peace and stability of Sokoto State. Look at Benue State. So the truth is that in calling for Jonathan to return, in calling for him to complete or to compensate him for not letting the country burn, for willingly handing over power, we should also remember where we're coming from. We should also remember what is at stake now. We should also know that there must be equity. Part of the reason why we are seeing the clamor for secession and all that, the agitations, which have had spiral effects in some states, is because there is inequity, inequality, and injustice. If these things are addressed, me, Obindukwe, Adoha, I don't really care who is the president. Because even some of the things that I have gotten in life, no be my brothers do them for me. I don't even know how many way they don't do for me. Most times, it's easy for me to assess what I want when I go to the northerners, more than the southerners. The southerners will keep you in the office, in the waiting room. Meanwhile, you see northerners, they are entering, they are getting approval. You're working out your, let me not use that word. And yet, they keep you. That's how our people have underdeveloped themselves. That's how we have succeeded in underdeveloping the South. Thank God for Lagos of old. And then the people who have come as governors building on the foundation that was laid. The foundation that was laid for the Easterners by M.I. Obara. The cashew plantations, the plantain plantations, the palm, plantations and the rest of them. Where are they? The rubber, the cocoa, the man planted in all the states of the old eastern region. What happened? The things that Mbakwe did in Imo State, what's going on? Nothing is happening. Why? Because people have failed to see that there is need for us to depart from the old pattern and get things done aright. So for me, those who are bringing Jonathan should know that some of us, we are prepared to remain in that hunger. After all, some of us who work for the ruling party today, we have not gotten anything. So we keep ourselves busy with our phones, writing and talking, until maybe the day God will ask that they will remember us. So it's not really about who is going to be there. And there's nothing that says that if Jonathan comes, that I cannot penetrate them and get what I want. Because I have the platform. I have something to offer. But that's not about me. We're talking about citizens. We're talking about the rest of Nigerians. We're talking about the fact that a group of people, the southern Nigerians, are going to be cheated out of their rights of just sticking to 4 years. So, for me, I think that I will stand by my word. Although even I was even going to say that the North can retain the presidency. You know why? My reason is that the insecurity we see today was created by them. The herdsmen, the banditry, the Boko Haram, it was created by them. So they should first of all clean the mess. When they finish, we can now bring a southern president. But for me, I don't see any southerner that can help to fight this violence, this menace in the north. I don't see any Southerner who will be capable of giving marching orders to the army chiefs and ask them, go and clear this place. You know what I mean. Let's not pretend as if we don't know. It's not about supporting anybody. Yes, I want my people. I want even the person closest to me to be president. But the truth is that we must face reality and face fact. The country is so divided along ethnic and religious lines. It's so bad right now. So I don't know how somebody from Ebonyi State or Abia State or River State will sit in Aso Rock and give orders. And your chief of army staff is from there. The chief of naval staff is from there. The chief of defense staff is from there. And you think they will obey those orders. The sabotage will continue and the country will continue to burn. Don't forget that there are people who are making money. Just like when it was during the Niger Delta issue. People were making money. I had friends who were making money. In fact, somebody told me yesterday of how people are aligning, using donor agencies to get to make money, to get support. Some of the so-called people who are sponsoring, Nigerians who are overseas, who are sponsoring this IPOP thing, are said to be, some of them are looking for asylum. Some of them file and say, look, my community is boiling, they are killing us, give us residency, give us asylum, and they are benefiting from it. NGOs are being set up to say, we are catering for the communities that have been sacked. They go to internet, shop photos and videos from different places and claim that it's their community back home. And Oyibo people who have money to throw, some of them don't even have families, they don't know where to put in their money, and saying, okay, we'll give you, we'll sponsor you. And people are making money, but I mean cool money. And that is the way it is. Let me bust your bubble. Those who are talking about open grazing and anti-grazing law, let me tell you the truth. The cows that you see that move around in the south are owned by Southerners. I have some of my Igbo brothers who own this thing. Some of those governors you see, when their father dies, there's a burial. People bring over 1,000 cows for them. What do you think they are doing? Do you think they will dash those cows out? Even if they don't have anything to do with it, their wives no go agree. They will open business. Markets don't start. And of course, it's not you and I that will go and help to rear those cattle. It is the people from the north. They will still go get some of these Fulanis from the outside markets, those Gariki markets, settlements, and they will not help them to take care of the cattle. And we are even breaking our neck. We're breaking our neck. So this is a complicated one. So, but I want to just leave you here and say, if Nigeria must get it right, there must be equity, there must be justice, there must be balance in everything we do, both political appointments, political offices, and the rest of it. And in any case, who says that even a woman at this time cannot be president of Nigeria? Who says? We'll see. Thank you for joining me. I will invite you once again, and I believe you'll be there. God bless you and bless your hustle in Jesus' name.